Hello and welcome to another episode of Lynn Lineup. I am here with Jared Nicholson and Josh Tran. This week we're kind of focusing on the Lynn Shore Showdown, which takes place July 21st at 10 in the morning, I believe. So thank you guys for coming today. It's actually, honestly, I'm happy I can showcase this one because I feel like this is a really fun event. So I'm gonna start off by having you guys kind of talk about yourselves a little bit and like where this event started from.
Great, yeah. Well, thank you so much for having us. My name is Jared Nicholson. I'm on the school committee, and we are working with Boston Youth Wrestling, where Josh is from, and then also the Friends of Nahant Beach to put on this program, this tournament. It's the third annual time we've done it. And Josh, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for, again, as Jared said, thanks for having us. I've been coaching with Boston Youth Wrestling for about 3 years now. This will be my first time coming up to Lynn for the Shore Showdown. I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah.
So the Lynn Shore Showdown started, we did it a couple years ago because we've been working to bring wrestling to Lynn. And wrestling is a great sport for the city of Lynn. The city of Lynn has a really proud athletic tradition, but we didn't have a wrestling team. And so we started one at the middle school level. We're now in 2 middle schools at Marshall and Breed. And we have a high school varsity team. And the beach tournament was kind of a celebration and showcase of the sport that we're building, and also a way to show off the beach, to bring people down to the beach.
So what kind of like division classes or like weight classes are there in the event?
So there's first division by age. There's usually a middle school kids division, high school division, and then an open division, which is anybody can wrestle in. And then within those age divisions, we'll split it up by weight. We usually do it based on who shows up because it's a little bit informal. There's not defined weight categories like you would have during an in-season tournament. But so most of the divisions have a light and a heavy, maybe a medium, depending on how many kids we get.
Now, you mentioned you're working with Boston Youth Wrestling. Like, do you guys kind of want to put a little input on that? Like, what do you guys like do together? Like, what are you guys going to be working on mostly?
Like at the event? Or?
Yeah, like the event.
So as far as I know, it's going to be like a family-friendly event. We're going to have more than just wrestling, so families can come enjoy the beach. We're going to have other games like there. There's going to be different types of wrestling. So we will do like a takedown tournament. So each takedown is just 2 points. You'll reset, and then I believe first to 5 or 6 wins. There's going to be like a type of sumo wrestling. So you're just pushing each other out of the ring, something like that. And there's going to be a couple of like other games like probably playing like can jam, spike ball, something like that. It's going to be food, barbecue, everything.
Yeah, and we work really well together. Boston Youth Wrestling has built a network of youth wrestling around the city of Boston and outside the city of Boston, and so we really are able to tap into that network and bringing wrestlers to the event. Beach wrestling is a great intro to the sport because, like I said, it's a little bit more informal, and so even if you haven't wrestled before, you can kind of learn the rules and participate. But we are going to get a lot of wrestlers there through Boston Youth Wrestling because of the reach they have across the city.
So this event is kind of like anybody is welcome, like even if you have no experience at all, you can just come and have fun, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the very least, you can watch. It's going to be fun, and we'll do some demonstrations and get everybody up to speed on what's going on. But I definitely we've had people in the past who have not really wrestled before formally, and they had a great time. So,
are there like any certain things you kind of like have people required to bring, like if they show up, whether they're gonna wrestle or not? Like, are there things they should bring, they shouldn't bring? Like,
well, we will be selling water, but water is always good to have, especially it's going to be a hot day normally in July, so definitely want to stay hydrated. In terms of equipment, we just put a rope in the sand, and that's the ring, and then people wrestle in their athletic gear, their bathing suits, whatever it is. They don't need a singlet or any kind of formal equipment.
If it were to rain, like if it were to be, would you guys postpone it or like something like that?
Yeah, I think we'd probably need to come up with another date. We've been pretty lucky that with the weather, and if it was really bad, we might have to cancel and postpone. If it was drizzling, we could probably do it, but it's wrestlers tend to be a hardy bunch, so I'm sure we could figure it out.
Actually, I like that because if it got like rained out or anything, like you guys kind of have fun still. If like, let's see, like if it were like too hot, would like anybody? Have there ever been injuries like due to weather or anything, or?
You know, we have gotten ENT coverage of the event, and we have a trainer there, and so we definitely take that precaution. We intentionally are doing the event near the Rotary before you turn onto the causeway, and so right there is the ward bathhouse, and there's showers there, there's water there, and so people, there's shade there, and so that we encourage people if it's hot out to take advantage of that and make sure they're drinking enough water and get enough shade. And they can always take a dip in the ocean if it gets too bad. But yeah, we certainly remind people throughout the day that that's a priority.
Now, we're kind of running out a little bit of time, so like last thing, is there anything you you want anybody to know, like the viewers or like anybody that's coming up to you? Is there anything big you want them to remember?
Well, I do want to thank Lynn's Community Television for having us and helping get the word out, and Boston Youth Wrestling for all their support of not just this event, but growing the sport of wrestling in Lynn and all around the greater Boston area. And also their friends at Lynn Nahant Beach. They've really taken to this event and are integral in getting it off the ground and getting the permits we need for to be able to host this tournament. It's a state beach, the Department of Conservation and Recreation Beach, and they really help us with that. And this is a great opportunity to support a growing sport in Lynn, to support an event that is going to be positive for kids. The summer can be a tough time to find things to do, and this is going to be a great one. So,
all right. Well, thank you, both of you, for showing up, kind of giving an input on the event. The Lynn Shore Showdown takes place July 21st at 10 a.m. at Nahant Beach. Like they said, if you have never wrestled before, it's still a fun thing to do. Show up. Go wrestle on. If you get beat, you get beat. At least you're having fun. So, thank you both for coming, and hopefully you get a big turnout and everything. So,
thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.